Hi, I'm Dr. Bertie Sperry, and I want to tell you a story. My family has been making masks for almost 1 year. Our anniversary is coming up. We started out making them for a group of friends that I have at Seattle Children's Hospital, and then we moved to making them for Dr. Joan Coker in Delaware. Joan was the one that tipped us off that there was a shortage. So before there was a shortage announced, we knew and we were making masks. I started making them on my own, and then when I realized I needed to make more than the 400 that I had made initially, I was going to need some help. So I enlisted the help of my daughter Fatima and my niece Latoya. Now, both of them had lives and jobs and careers and things to do. But as the pandemic started to move in on us and we needed to go in and go home, they agreed to help me. And so now, coming up on a year, we've made and distributed over 20,000 masks. What I want to tell you about is how we do them. No one person makes an entire mask. Um, we all have figured out what we're best at and what we can execute well. Moreover, we understand um, how efficient this makes us. Latoya cuts elastics and she does shipping and logistics and she does packaging and she does the labels and she maintains all of that. Fatima cuts the fabric and she makes that first part of the mask called, we call it the shell. It's that first layer of how it's done, how it's made. It's turned inside out. I do the last section of it, but I also do some of the design. Fatima also does design. Latoya also presses each mask after it's done, and she is really a stickler. There is a sign on the ironing board that says Latoya Station, do not touch. There is special water that goes into the iron that not only refreshes the mask, but also infuses a little bit of like really niceness. So all of that is happening. And we laugh about who can touch the iron and who can go over to Latoya Station. Fatima, when she makes that first shell, she has to turn it inside out and she presses it once so that that crease around it is nice and fresh. But it also allows her to have an opportunity to see what's happening with it. When there's an embroidered mask, I do the embroidery and send those outer shells down to Fatima, who's going to turn that into a shell. Then she brings it back up here, and I'm going to turn it into a mask. Latoya also reads the CDC report every day. She is a nurse. She understands the language and the lingo. We knew early on that when we saw people with just a piece of fabric, that wasn't really a mask and it wasn't going to be enough protection. We didn't say anything because that's not our purpose. It's not our role. It's not our job. Initially, we were making them for whoever needed them. When we started to deplete all of my fabric that I had purchased for dresses and clothes and caftans, when we began to deplete all of that fabric, we realized that we were going to need a little bit of help. So we charged a nominal amount, and that money goes back into making them for organizations and housing and people who cannot afford a mask. Now we've reduced the price of them so that everybody has a quality mask that is washable and durable. They're stitched around twice on the outside and once on the inside, so these things can be washed over and over and over again. Here's the thing: nobody here does everything. We all understand what each other does. We respect what each other does. We know that my part can't be done if the other parts are not done. We know that my part is a part of a whole, but the whole is the most important thing. But we all play a part in the whole. This is the same way we are in our whole lives, in our society. I have an individual part to play, but I'm a part of a collective, and I can't work without the collective. There is no we without the I, and there is no I without the we. We love doing this because we all have jobs outside of this that take us in different directions. And so if we are not on top of the part that we play, then the other parts fall away. In your families, on your job, in your church, at your school, we all have an individual part to play. But we have to work together as a collective, because without being the collective, our purpose, our mission, our vision, we won't be able to see any of it. Do your part, but come together as one. I love you.